Is this possibly the last time for you?
I don't think so.
You've got more in you. Who comes to mind?
Well, I don't know. Maybe his brother.
You want to fight Logan? Logan, I think he said you might be next.
Motherfucker, I'll kill you, Mike.
No, please, no.
It's on then.
Just don't step on his toe.
Mike Tyson just lit the fuse on another explosive comeback. He's officially returning to the ring in 2025. And this time, the name on his hit list isn't just anyone, it's Logan Paul, the internet personality turned part-time fighter and, let's be honest, the lesser-known sibling of Jake Paul. Following Tyson's high-profile clash with Jake in 2024, Logan couldn't resist jumping into the spotlight, throwing verbal haymakers and bragging that he'd kill Mike in the ring. Loud claims from someone whose fighting resume is more famous for spectacle than skill, marked by a lackluster disqualification and an ongoing stint in WWE that's more stagecraft than combat. Logan may have talked himself into the spotlight, but come 2025, he may have just talked himself into a career-ending reality check.
What's to mind?
Well, I don't know. Maybe his brother.
You want to fight Logan? Logan, I think he said you might be next.
I'll kill you, Mike.
No, please.
If there's one thing that defines Mike Tyson, it's that he doesn't waste energy on empty words. He's not about clout, he's about crushing blows. Now, with Logan's big mouth writing checks, Tyson has officially stepped up and accepted the challenge. No press conference antics, just cold, quiet confidence. The result? A looming showdown that could go down as the most embarrassing moment in Logan Paul's chaotic career. While Logan thrives on drama, attention, and Twitter storms, he's about to come face-to-face with a storm of a very different kind, one born in the ring, not on social media. This isn't WWE, where fights are rehearsed and the outcomes preordained. This is Tyson's world, where pain is real, and every second matters. Logan isn't just going to lose, he's about to be methodically dismantled, his ego left scattered across the mat.
Did you say, motherfucker, I'll kill you, Mike Tyson?
Oh, yeah. I'll kill you, Mike.
His speech was all like, I just wanted to do something good for my kids. And then he makes one little sneaky little thing towards you.
Is this possibly the last time for you?
I don't think so. Maybe his brother.
Tyson's silence speaks louder than any press statement. He doesn't chase headlines, he creates them with fists. Now that Logan's trash talk has finally gone too far, Tyson's given his answer, and it's not verbal, it's violent. With the fight officially on the calendar, Logan is barreling toward what may be the most devastating night of his overhyped career. Logan's entire persona thrives on internet attention and wrestling theatrics, but those antics don't mean a thing when the bell rings and you're standing across from Iron Mike. The ring isn't scripted, and Tyson doesn't fake his punches. Logan isn't just going to lose a boxing match, he's going to be humbled in front of the world, beaten down not just physically but psychologically, with every swing of Tyson's unforgiving fists. This isn't entertainment, it's education by knockout.
Would you take the fight?
No.
Why?
Let's not mince words, Logan Paul's boxing resume is thinner than his acting skills. He's become the face of participation trophies in combat sports, constantly promoted for clout more than merit. His claim to fame? Being Jake Paul's older brother and scoring some tabloid-worthy drama online. Remember his last so-called boxing match against Dylan Dennis on the Prime card 2 years ago? That sad excuse of a fight ended in a disqualification that was so dull, you'd be forgiven for thinking it was a staged promo for his podcast. Logan's punches hit softer than his jokes, and his performances in the ring lack the very thing boxing demands, authentic grit. With Tyson now in the picture, Logan's illusion of being a fighter is about to be shattered. He may know how to talk, but that won't stop Tyson's fists from writing a brutal reality check across his face.
A young brute named Jake Paul. I think Jake let him live. I do. He wants to fight you, bro.
Yeah, he wants to fight you next. What about that?
I think he wants money. I don't think he wants to fight me.
Logan Paul's tough talk, especially that wild "I'd kill you" might claim, might play well with his teenage fanbase, but to the rest of the world, it reeks of delusion. That kind of bravado might work in WWE, where fights are rehearsed and outcomes are safe, but it's a death sentence when aimed at a real fighter like Tyson. Let's be real, Logan treats boxing like a cosplay convention, dressing the part but not understanding the consequences. Mike Tyson's calm response? It's on, then. Translation, you've awakened a monster, and now it's too late to run. If Logan thinks he can fake his way through this with Instagram training clips and flashy entrance music, he's in for a soul-shattering surprise. Social media is already dragging him for what many are calling the dumbest decision of his career. And they're not wrong, because when you step into the ring with a living legend who doesn't just hit, but hurts, there's no script to save you. Logan's mouth wrote the check, and now Tyson's going to cash it with interest. Forget round 2, he'll be lucky to make it past the opening bell. WWE might hand out props, but Tyson hands out pain, and this time, the pain is coming with full force. Let's turn our attention back to the man of the hour, Mike Tyson. The icon. The warrior. The walking storm of fists and fury. In 2024, after going 8 solid rounds with Jake Paul, Tyson didn't gloat, didn't mock, he did what legends do, he gave credit. He called Jake a very good fighter. But look a little deeper, and that compliment cuts like a blade. The message behind the praise? Jake earned Tyson's respect. Logan, on the other hand, is just putting on a costume, pretending to be something he's never been, a real fighter. Tyson's record speaks for itself. 50 wins. 44 knockouts. Entire generations remember the sound of his gloves smashing through defenses. Meanwhile, Logan Paul's resume reads like a parody. 1 disqualification. 0 credible wins. No belts. No legacy. Just hype, headlines, and hijinks. While Tyson is already grinding it out in the gym, sculpting himself into a nightmare for 2025, Logan's probably off choreographing another staged WWE entrance or brainstorming a podcast rant. But newsflash, Logan Tyson's fists don't follow scripts. They don't miss. And they don't stop for dramatic pauses. This fight isn't some money grab exhibition. It's a collision course with reality for Logan Paul. Tyson isn't stepping back into the ring for fun, fame, or a paycheck, he's doing it to restore order. To remind the world, and all the wannabe fighters in it, why he's still the most feared name in boxing. Logan won't just be defeated, he'll be erased. A forgettable chapter in Tyson's second act. Watching Logan crumble under Tyson's power may not just be entertaining, it might become one of the most satisfying knockouts the sport has seen in years. Let's face it, 2025 is the year boxing gets its soul back. Tyson isn't here to trend, he already is the trend. His legacy was written decades ago, back when he dismantled Trevor Berbick and sent shockwaves through the heavyweight division. Now, 40 years later, he's back not to prove himself, but to school a manchild who thinks a wrestling storyline qualifies him for the squared circle. Logan thinks boxing is about branding. Tyson knows it's about blood, precision, and dominance. And since we're talking numbers, here's one for the history books: $700 million. That's how much Saudi Arabia is putting behind Tyson's return. That's not hype money. That's not influencer fantasy. That's real legacy compensation, money for a man who built his name in sweat, not hashtags. Logan dreams about money like that while clinking prime bottles. But unless one of those bottles turns into solid gold, he's just daydreaming. Tyson's not showing up for chump change, and he's damn sure not showing up to lose. Logan, if you think this is just another crossover moment, think again. This isn't a sponsored content deal. It's not a TikTok stunt. This is Mike Tyson's domain. And you? You're a temporary guest, one who's going to be escorted out by way of knockout. Painful. Violent. Permanent. Let's talk about Logan Paul, because someone has to. Is he a fighter? A podcaster? A professional stuntman? Even Logan probably isn't sure. His career is a chaotic mix of half-formed identities and clout-chasing pivots. One minute he's promoting hydration drinks, the next he's pretending to be a boxer. But make no mistake, none of those ventures have brought him true credibility. Not in the ring. And certainly not in the eyes of someone like Mike Tyson. Remember that Dylan Dennis fight? Of course you don't. It ended in a disqualification so anticlimactic it practically vanished from memory. And now, Logan's out here talking big again, telling Tyson he'd kill him in the ring. Logan, buddy, let's not get carried away. You can't even kill the excitement in your own staged wrestling promos. Tyson doesn't care about storylines. He's not here to play a role. He's here to remind the world what it feels like to be hit by greatness. And Logan's about to find out firsthand. Since we're still on the subject of boxing, let's unpack the disaster waiting to happen. Logan Paul stepping into the ring with Mike Tyson isn't just a mismatch, it's a live demonstration of delusion versus destruction. Logan's likely approach? Loud mouth. Showy entrance. Some wildly thrown punches. Maybe even a WWE-style taunt. But Tyson's been in the ring with real monsters. Trash talk doesn't faze him. It fuels him. Every insult Logan throws just sharpens Tyson's resolve. While Logan preps with choreographed nonsense and energy drink promos, Tyson's locked in. Focused. Training like he's got something to prove, not to the world, but to himself. Early polls already predict a bloodbath. 75% of fans believe Logan won't survive past the third round. The other 25%? Mostly YouTube subscribers and Prime Drink loyalists who don't know the difference between a jab and a TikTok dance. Let's be brutally honest, this won't be a competition. It'll be a crash course in humility. Tyson's not stepping in to relive the past, he's stepping in to reset the future. As for Logan, this fight might finally expose him for what he is, a walking billboard with gloves. A man who's good at monetizing attention but not surviving punches. And Tyson isn't here for theatrics. He's here to hurt, to dominate, and to remind everyone why his name still makes fighters nervous decades later. This isn't WWE, Logan. There are no scripts. No safety nets. Just pain, and lots of it. And when Tyson writes history, it's usually with blood. Your only role in this story? To get flattened fast, loud, and permanently viral.